today we are going to do a nice prenatal flow stretchy class. So anytime you're starting to feel tight or you need some more space, this would be a good class to do. Okay, so we're going to start either you can sit into a chair or you can sit into a diamond. So with a diamond, the space between your pubic bone and your heels is going to be the length of your forearm. You can go ahead and test that. And then you can sit up nice and tall, placing your hands onto your knees. And we'll start with a couple of big, deep breaths. Finding your long spine. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Inhaling, breathing into the ribs. And exhale. One more here. So we're going to place the hands down beside you. So you're using your core to find that length and stability through your spine. And we're going to go into a little bit of extension. So you're going to inhale, lift the chest up to the ceiling. And then exhale, rounding forward just a bit. Inhale, opening it up. And exhale down. And the fingertips can just slide along the mat. And last one. Now we're going to take the movement bigger. Inhale, opening up the chest towards the ceiling. Bringing the arms back behind you. And exhale, ragdoll forward, reaching the fingertips towards your toes. Big circles with the arms. Inhale, opening up the chest. And exhaling it forward. Two more. Working to stretch out the chest, stretching the pecs, opening up towards the ceiling. And forward. Last one here. Inhale back. And exhale to center. Bringing the arms out to a T position. We're going to rotate one palm up and the other palm down. And we're going to start by turning the head, looking towards the palm down. The arms are in line with your shoulders. And we're going to rotate the palms and rotate the head. Inhale, twist. And exhale. So this is stretching out the nerves in your chest and in your arms that tend to get tight with pregnancy and with the shoulders rolling forward. Now we're going to switch the hands, so head stays still, rotate the hands, and now we change. Inhaling, so you're looking to an open palm now, and exhale. Inhaling, and exhale. Feeling the rotation happening in the shoulder joint. Good, last one here. Come through center. Let's lift the arms up and exhale, press them down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, press, bringing breath into your body and bringing it down. Bringing the arms back out to your T. You're going to go into a lateral shift of the rib cage. So inhale, breathing into that side as you reach the rib cage over. And exhale to center. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, switch. And exhale, center. You're going to ground through your sits bones as you shift the ribs to the opposite direction. Working to create more space in the rib cage, because as baby grows bigger, we're going to get tighter through the ribs and we need to create that extra space so you can be more comfortable. One more time on each side, and then we're going to head into our side bend or mermaid. Good. Placing one hand down and side bending over. We're going to hold it here. Take 2 breaths, breathing into the ribs, breathing into your side ribs. And then lifting up and over to the other side. And taking 2 deep breaths. Now we're going to flow through it. Full breath over to the side. And then full breath to the other side. Each time trying to go a little bit further. And letting your head follow through with the spine. One more time on each side. And then coming up to center. So we're going to go through a couple pelvic tilts in the diamond position. So you're going to inhale for length. Exhale, squeeze the sits bones and then tuck the tail, feeling that little shift rolling back on your sits bones. And lengthening it back up. Inhale for length. And exhale to tilt. Inhale for length. Exhale, feel your pelvic floor lifting up, pulling baby in and up to open up through your low back. 2 more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, tilt. And last one. And tilt. Good. Coming up to center. So hopefully we've got your spine a little warmed up now. I'm going to rotate over to the side. I'm going to bring your hands behind you. And you can place your hands whichever direction feels better for you. Opening up the chest. We're going to take a couple deep breaths, pulling the shoulders back behind you, opening up through the chest. One more breath here. Thinking about spreading your collarbones. Now we're going to pulse the elbows together. So as we're pulsing the elbows together, the chest is opening up even more. And you're going to feel a nice stretch through your pecs. Good. And then we'll hold it here. I'm going to keep the chest open, keep the spine long. And now we're going to pull the ribs together so you're keeping a nice straight spine here. And we're going to windshield wiper the legs. So your knees can tilt from side to side, opening up through the back and through the glutes. And feel free to stay in one of these positions if that feels really good for you, or you can continue to flow through it. Good. Coming back up to center. We're going to go into extension and contraction here. So opening up the chest and then rounding, tucking the tail, rounding the spine. Inhale to open and exhale to close. 2 more. Opening it up and exhale down. And last one. Open and down. Now we're going to come back to your neutral spine. We're going to butterfly the legs. So just opening the legs up and then closing. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. You can think about the pelvic floor stretching open into release and then activating to pull the inner thighs in. Just preparing your body to press the baby out. Good. Last one here. And bringing it back in. Okay, so we're going to slide the legs out, turn them out, and then bend and close. So if your feet get a little sticky on the mat like mine, you can grab a towel to slide on, or if you've got little sliders at home. So we're finding just a nice flow of the legs, straightening them out, turning the legs out, bending in the rotation, and then closing. add the spine movement to it. So you're going to inhale, contract as you straighten the legs. Turn the legs out and extend the spine as you come in and then close. Inhale, stretch the legs out in contraction. Rotate and come into extension and bringing it in. 2 more. And opening. Close. And last one. And open. And come up to sitting. Now we're going to find your diamond again. And lift your sits bones out and then round over for a nice stretch. You can shake out the shoulders, shake out the head, and let your legs be heavy. Breathing into your back, creating more space through your ribs. And then bring yourself up. Okay, so we're going to turn over onto one side for book openers. So you can have your legs bent or straight, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And then you can lay your head down onto the mat, and if you'd like a pillow, go ahead and place your head on top of the pillow. Okay, your hips are going to be stacked. Shoulders are stacked. We reach the top arm out and away from you so you can feel the stretch through your back as you lift the arms up and rotate to open. And lift the arms up to close. Full breath to open. And full breath to close. 2 more of these. Working to open up the chest on each rotation. And if you feel any tightening through your center when you do this, don't push it. Just move to what feels good for your body. Good work. Okay, now you can turn around to the other side. So I will flip on over. Okay, so finding your hips stacked and your shoulders stacked and your legs comfortable. I'm going to rotate it open. You want to feel this diagonal line stretch here. So reaching the hip bone away from your shoulder. Reaching up and out. Two more, finding that nice flow and stretch. And holding any position if it feels good for you. And last one. And bringing it all the way in. Good. So we're going to stay on your side. We're going to go into leg circles. So your bottom leg can either be straight or bent, wherever you feel the most stable. And head can be placed on top of your arm or down onto the mat. And we're going to do your leg circles with a bent leg today, okay? And you're going to think about really rotating and opening up through your hip socket. Top hand can come in front to stabilize you. You're going to bring your knee forward towards your chest, turn the leg out to open, circle behind, down and around in center. Inhale forward, and exhale, circle it around. Thinking about opening up through your hamstrings, through your pelvis, and then massaging out your glutes as you circle. And we'll do one more in this direction, and then we'll reverse to the other side. Good, and reversing, going back behind you, trying to get a little quad stretch there before you turn the leg out and circle it around. Come down and back, turning out and around. Good, 2 more. And if you can here, thinking about lifting up baby, so your abs are still working to support your spine. And last one, bring it in. Okay, so we're going to lower the knee down on the mat. You can stretch your bottom leg back behind you And just pull this knee in to feel a nice stretch through your glutes. Holding for 2 breaths. Good. Now we're going to lift up the leg. You can reposition your bottom leg for support and bring it in towards your side. Taking a couple deep breaths here. Now as you're pulling this leg into you, make sure that your shoulder is pulling down instead of shrugging up. Good, and then release. Now we're going to take this top leg behind you for a nice hip opener, and then the top arm is going to rotate slightly to wherever feels good for your body, holding this diagonal line stretch here for 2 breaths. And one more. So this is a good psoas stretch. You should feel it right through here. And then slowly release. And you can turn to the other side. I'm going to go ahead and flip on over. Okay, so we've got your bottom leg straight out in front. Head is down. And we're going to start your leg circles. So you're going to bring the top leg forward, turning it out, back behind you, and center. Coming forward, turning out, behind, and center. Good. You also want to think about reaching your hips to stretch them out. You can circle kind of from your hip bones, finding as much mobility in your pelvis as possible. We'll do one more in this direction, and then reverse. And reverse it. Inhale, bringing it back. Turn the leg out. Circle it forwards and down. Letting the breath move your pelvis, moving your legs. And 2 more. And last one, hold it down. And bring the bottom leg back, pulling your knee in towards your chest. Feeling the stretch through your glutes. Good. And then we're going to come into your side stretch. So bottom leg comes forward a bit. And then bring your knee in towards your chest, opening up through the pelvis. Trying to relax your pelvic floor. Good. Now you're going to bring this leg behind you for that diagonal line back, opening up through your hip flexors, and then rotating the chest forward, reaching the arm through the diagonal line. Now as I inch my fingertips away from me, I can feel even more of a stretch through my psoas. One more breath. Good, and then slowly bring yourself up and out. Okay, so we're going to head into quadruped position. So you're going to come into all fours. Hands are underneath your shoulders and knees are underneath your hips. We're going to go into cat-cow. So inhaling into your back, expanding the ribs. And then exhale, coming into extension, opening up the chest. Inhale, head and tail meet. And then exhale again. Try to reach the head and tail together. 2 more. And last one. And come into your extension. Okay. So we're going to go into single arm rotation. So I'm going to place my standing arm down in the middle, and then the opposite hand onto my low back. I'm going to rotate the chest open, and then closing it down. And I'm spiraling my head looking up towards the ceiling. So inhale to open, looking up towards the ceiling, and exhale it down. Inhale to open, and exhale down. And last one, and bringing it down. And then you can change your arms. Place your other arm in the middle of your mat, and then the other hand behind your back onto your low back. We inhale to rotate open, and exhale it down and around. Inhale to open, and exhale down. And remember, with your standing arm, you're continuing to push into the mat to stabilize out through your shoulders. And the last one. And bringing it to center. Placing both hands back onto the mat, shoulder width apart. And we're going to circle your rib cage. So we're going to go ahead and come into a contraction. Bring your ribs over to the side, open up to the mat, and then around to the other side and up. And then finding a nice even flowy breath. And you're spreading your sits bones as you come into your extension, and just feeling your rib cage open up and your spine open up. We'll do one more this direction and then reverse it, and reversing. And you can take this as fast or as slow as you'd like. Or if there's one spot that feels kind of sticky and you just want to hold that spot and breathe into it, feel free to. This is all about what your body needs right now. We'll do one more here. And through to your center. Okay. We're going to shift your legs back. You're going to reach your arms out, working your child's pose. So while you're holding this child's pose, I want you to think about really reaching your fingertips wide and long, and then pulling your shoulders down. So I want you to feel a stretch underneath your shoulder blades. And then just visualize sending your breath into your shoulder blades and into your back. One more breath. Now we're going to rock it forward. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale back. Spread the sits bones. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale back. Now we're going to inhale around the spine as you come forward. And exhale a little bit of extension as you bring it back. This is a very primal movement to help your body get into this like wave-like flow that happens during childbirth. So you got your contraction here, and then your release and your open. We'll do one more through center, and then we're going to work it through the diagonal line. So now we're going to shift over to one hand as you're contracting forward, and then extending back over the heel. Rounding forward, and then extending back through the opposite heel. Two more in this direction. And last one. Good. Come through center. We're going to switch to the opposite direction. Rounding forward towards the other hand, and then extending back over the other heel. And round. And extend. Two more. Round and extend. Reaching the arms. Last one. Round and extend. Good. Coming back up through center. We're going to come back to your child's pose. You're going to come down, and then we're going to reach the arms over to one side. Taking a couple deep breaths here, feeling the nice lateral stretch through your side. And feel free to open up your legs to whatever position feels good for your hips and for in creating space for your baby. Breathing into the side ribs, breathing into your armpits. Good. And then we'll walk the arms over to the other side. Letting your pelvic floor just relax here and open up. One more breath. Good. And I'm going to come back through center. Still holding in your child's pose, you're going to just circle your head around. Letting gravity to help out as you circle the head down. And then reverse your circles, reversing. Shoulders are still down and relaxed. Good. Finish one more circle. And then come out through center. You're going to bring yourself up onto all fours. So we're going to go into a pigeon pose. So you can slide one leg under. And we're going to lift your chest up if you can. Taking a couple deep breaths here. Opening up through your hip and out through your glutes. And if you want to add any kind of rotation, just play with what feels good with your body in this position right now. Okay. And then we're going to switch over to the other leg. Slowly bringing the leg forward. Opening up through the chest. Adding into any rotation. Just a nice gentle rotation. And then slowly bring yourself up and out of that. We're going to come back and meet over in your diamond position. You're going to pull the legs together, pressing the heels of your feet together and the soles of your feet together, pressing the shoulders down, pressing the hands into the knees, taking 3 deep breaths, creating length in your spine, and just checking in to see if you've created more space and if you feel a little bit more connected. One more breath. And you are done. Thank you for your wonderful work today.